The Obama administration is warning Syria that any use of chemical weapons would cross a red line and provoke a U.S. response. Now, it comes amid intelligence reports that Syrian forces appear to be preparing sarin gas at one of the country's chemical weapons sites. On Monday, President Obama addressed Syrian President Bashar al-Assad directly.
The US warns Syria against the use of chemical weapons as the violence continues. Amateur video posted on the internet is said to show the aftermath of a bombing in Aleppo. Although opposition forces claim to have made advances in recent weeks, rumours that government troops have been moving weapons containing nerve gas sparked this from President Barack Obama.
Unnamed intelligence sources told the US media there has been some movement around Syrian chemical weapons plants as rebels close in on Damascus. These types of sources have been wrong before. The Syrians say they'd never use chemical weapons against their own people, even if they existed. Some experts say they do exist.
It's one of the largest programs in the world. They have the early chemical agents that were used in World War I, like mustard, and they have some of the most modern, like VX.
The warning from Barack Obama comes as the United Nations says it's pulling all non-essential staff out of Syria, and the EU says it's reducing all activities there to a minimum. It's understood the US continues to monitor the situation on the ground through drones and satellites. US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton says if chemical weapons are used, it would cross a red line.
I'm not going to telegraph in any specifics what we would do in the event of credible evidence that the Assad regime has resorted to using chemical weapons against their own people. But suffice it to say, we are certainly planning to take action if that eventuality were to occur.
And today I want to make it absolutely clear to Assad and those under his command, the world is watching. The use of chemical weapons is and would be totally unacceptable. And if you make the tragic mistake of using these weapons, there will be consequences and you will be held accountable.
In Damascus, the Syrian Foreign Ministry said that even if it had chemical weapons, it would never, under any circumstances, use them against its own people. The ministry is also having to cope with the reported defection of this man, the spokesman Jihad Makdisi, previously a staunch defender of President Assad's government. The intensity of the conflict has also prompted the United Nations to act to protect its staff.
We can confirm that the United Nations in Syria will pull out non-essential international personnel with immediate effect. I can also tell you that the UN will also suspend its missions within the country until further notice.
In recent weeks, UN aid convoys have been attacked. On Friday, a UN convoy came under fire from unknown assailants. The injured UN peacekeepers were taken to an Israeli hospital. Meanwhile, the Assad regime saw the first high-profile departure from its ranks in recent months. On Monday, Syrian Foreign Ministry spokesman Jihad Makdisi was reportedly sacked from his government. According to Lebanon State TV, the decision came after Makdisi made statements which did not reflect official positions. The opposition believes Makdisi has defected. Although a forceful defender of the regime since the earliest days of the uprising, the once prolific Twitter user had remained silent since late October. Makdisi has reportedly left Damascus for London. Activists say the death toll in Syria since the start of the uprising in March 2011 has topped 40,000. The UN warns refugee numbers could reach 700,000 by next January.